All right, welcome to Base Camp. I'm thrilled you're joining me today. Put down your gear, grab a seat, and listen up, because I'm your guide for this explainer, and we have a serious mountain to tackle today. If you've spent any time in Marbella, you've definitely stared up at that magnificent rocky peak dominating the skyline and thought about conquering it. Well, my job right now is to make sure you do exactly that, safely, successfully, and without calling for a rescue helicopter. So, here is our mandatory route plan before we even think about hitting the trail. First, we'll cover the deceptive nature of this mountain. 2, preparation and the locals' rules. 3, the ascent, which breaks down into 4 sections. And 4, the summit and descent. Section 1, a deceptive mountain. The reality behind Marbella's iconic peak. Okay, be honest with me. You've been lying on your beach towel, looking up at that rocky peak, thinking, can I easily climb up there? Right? From the coast, La Concha looks so close. It looks friendly, like a perfect spot for a little afternoon stroll. Well, that exact illusion is what gets hundreds of people into serious trouble every single year. We're talking about an elevation of 1,215 meters. That's roughly 4,000 feet. And honestly, this is the mountain with the highest number of rescues in the entire Malaga province. Why? It's not because you need professional rock climbing gear. It's because thousands of folks show up in flip-flops holding a tiny plastic water bottle, totally underestimating what 1,215 meters actually feels like when you're completely exposed to the elements. Let's lay out the hard numbers. You're looking at a 12-kilometer round trip that's going to take you anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. We rate the difficulty as medium-high, mostly because of some technical sections with pretty steep drops. But here is the real kicker for the modern hiker. Mobile coverage is virtually non-existent. 0 bars. You can't just call a ride if your legs give out. This is a real mountain route, guys, not a casual walk. Section 2, preparation and locals' rules. What you absolutely need to know before leaving the parking lot. Before you even start the engine, you gotta know when to go. Spring and autumn. So April, May, October, and November, those are your absolute golden windows. Perfect temps, crystal clear air. Try going in January or February, and you might actually hit snow. And July or August, you're literally walking into an oven. Extreme heat means you're either starting at the crack of dawn or you're simply not going at all. Now, for a little tough love, as your guide, I need you to understand the big 3 weather traps up there. Number 1 is the Levante fog. It rolls in from the east, and I mean visibility drops to absolute 0 in minutes. The trail just vanishes. Number 2, crest winds. That final ridge acts like a giant natural funnel, and gusts over 40 kilometers an hour will literally blow you off balance near some sheer drops. And number 3 is heat stroke. There is absolutely 0 shade and 0 natural water sources on this route. If it's over 28 degrees Celsius, you are in real danger. So here's some hard-earned local wisdom for you. The absolute golden rule. Stand on the beach and look at the peak. If it's completely clear and the breeze in Marbella is soft, you've got a green light. Go for it. But if you see clouds snagged up on the crest or that Levante wind is blowing, stay on the beach. Wait until tomorrow. Oh, and always check the AMET weather forecast specifically for the town of Estan, okay? Not just Marbella. Section 3, the ascent. Let's navigate the trail from Honor to the summit. Let's mentally walk through the route. It breaks down into 4 distinct steps. We start at the Wanar Refuge parking lot, which is free, but heads up, it fills up by 9 a.m. in the spring. Step 1 is the warm-up. It's this wide path through deceptive olive and pine trees that kind of tricks you into thinking the whole day will be a breeze. Step 2 is the key crossing. Step 3 introduces the technical sections with the chains. And Step 4, that's the final push to the top. Okay, pay close attention to this exact spot, the notorious second crossing error at El Circo de Huanar. Now, 90% of beginners instinctively turn left here, just because the path looks a bit easier. Do not do this. Going left takes you to a simple viewpoint. To get to the summit, you have to go straight ahead, right up the steep slope. Getting this wrong costs you 30 minutes of energy that you are desperately going to need later. And you are really going to need that energy for Step 3, the technical danger zones. This right here is what separates a nature walk from a real mountain climb. First, you'll hit Salto del Lobo, the wolf's jump. It's highly exposed, loose, rocky terrain. Then comes Paso de las Cadenas. Guys, this is a very narrow path where you literally have to hold on to metal chains bolted into the rock, with a sheer free fall right next to you. It demands solid footing, great trekking shoes, and absolutely 0 vertigo. Listen to me. If you feel uncomfortable here, turn around. There is zero shame in safely turning back. But if you push through, you hit step 4, the summit. And wow, the emotional payoff is just unbelievable. A local hiker described it perfectly. They called it the balcony effect. Behind you, you have the absolute silence of the mountains. And right in front of you, the sudden chaos of civilization, the electric blue sea. You feel like a giant watching over 2 continents. Up there, sitting by that wooden bench placed by the Butterfly Skin Association, on a clear day, you can literally see the coast of Africa. Section 4, the summit and descent. Surviving the most dangerous part of the journey. Go ahead, take your photos, soak it in, but then snap back to reality. Getting down is where you really need absolute focus. Think about it. On the way up, your mind is sharp, your adrenaline's pumping, but on the way down, your legs feel like absolute jelly, and mentally, you just kind of clock out because you think the hard part is over. That exact combination, tired legs and a relaxed mind, is exactly why the vast majority of major accidents happen on La Concha. To get back to base camp safely, you have to follow my rules of the descent. Rule 1, never ever try to take a shortcut. Shortcuts on the way down are literally the #1 reason people end up lost in the brush. Rule 2, keep that GPS active. Everything looks totally different from above, making orientation way harder. And Rule 3, before you take a single step down, sit at the summit, eat a snack, drink water, and rest for 5 solid minutes. You have to reset your brain and your muscles. Now, I mentioned GPS, so let me repeat this absolutely crucial fact. Mobile coverage is practically zero. You are not streaming a map up there. You must download the offline GPX track before you leave the parking lot. If the worst happens and you absolutely need to call 112 for an emergency, you're going to have to hike to the nearest high point, like the Las Tunar Peak or the La Concha Crest, just to pray you catch a single bar of signal. Well, we've reached the end of our base camp briefing. I want to leave you with one final thought before you go lace up your boots. If the weather looks sketchy or you're just feeling exhausted, remember this. The mountain isn't going anywhere. It will be there tomorrow, next month, next year. So ask yourself, are you fully prepared to respect it today? If the answer is yes, then grab your water, load up that GPS, and go have the hike of a lifetime. Stay safe out there.